Having our first MetaTrader 4 script source file is a good move, but we are still a bit far away from celebrating ourselves. We have to convert this source file into an executable file that runs on MetaTrader 4. Before converting it to an executable file, we will add some features to the script in this video. Our script, just like examples in many other programming courses, is to have a feature that logs sentences somewhere in MetaTrader 4. Click this button to fully expand the source file window. The default code generated by MetaEditor looks a bit messy, so let's reorganize the code in a clearer way like this. Then copy this line of code into your source file. This line of code uses the print standard function to log hello, world, on the Expert tab of MetaTrader 4 terminal window. We will look at the basics of functions later, so all you need to do for now is to know how to use print. Print is one of the two MQL4 functions that log sentences and variables in MetaTrader 4. What is given in the parenthesis after the word print enclosed with double quotation marks is called the parameter of print. This is what print logs in MetaTrader 4. The semicolon is an MQL4 syntax requirement, which always comes at the end of a line in three cases: when a variable is declared, when a variable stores new data, and when a function is used in this case. Print can have multiple parameters separated by commas. Now the source file has a new feature, so let's convert it to run in MetaTrader 4. Above the source file window is a compile button. This button converts the source file into an executable file that runs in MetaTrader 4. As a result, two files for the script are in the MetaTrader 4 data folder. One is the source file, and the other is the executable file that runs on MetaTrader 4. We will run this executable file in MetaTrader 4 to test the code we just created. Click the button to move to the next step. When you click the Compile button, MetaEditor activates the Error tab of the toolbox window at the bottom. This tab shows whether the source file meets all the syntax criteria. If there are syntax errors in the source file, MetaEditor will ask you to fix them in order to compile the source file. If there is no syntax error, MetaEditor will successfully convert the source file into an executable file. To run the executable file, come back to your MetaTrader 4. The MetaTrader 4 Navigator window on the left shows all executable files in the MetaTrader 4 data folder. If you do not see the Navigator window, press Ctrl with N on your keyboard to bring it up. Extend Scripts tree to find our script. Under the Scripts tree, there is my first script executable file. You can only see this file when you compile the source file. To run this file, drag it onto the chart. This allows the script to run on the currency pair of the chart with the active time frame. Go to the Expert tab in the terminal window at the bottom. The Expert tab is where print logs its parameters. If you do not see the terminal window, press Ctrl with T on your keyboard. In the middle of the page are familiar little sentences. If you can see two lines saying hello, world, then the script is working properly. Now you can celebrate yourself for having your first MetaTrader 4 script running successfully.